Vivillion, a Pokemon that hasn't seen much usage since Generation 6 X and Y's competitive metagame, which was a long time ago when it debuted, has made top 8 at a regional championship recently in Generation 9, paired with a really interesting Terra-fighting Terra Blast Porygon 2. We're going to be trying out this team and seeing how well it can perform. This is a recreation of Z's top 8 Baltimore Regionals team, and it also did win the LAIC Cup at the Baltimore Regional Championship that was held on Sunday. So we have Vivillion. Now, what makes Vivillion good? Now, Vivillion has incredible abilities across the board. It has access to Shield Dust, it has access to Compound Eyes, and it has access to Friend Guard. We're going to be using the Compound Eyes set, and the only reason why Vivillion isn't exactly amazing is its stats for being one of the Route 1 bug Pokemon you would just encounter is not amazing, but it's still viable enough, and it has some really good tools. This Compound Eye set increases the accuracy of all its moves, so it is really solid Focus Sash to make up for a very frail Vivillion. It is actually a pretty fast Pokemon. It's a weird speed stat though. It's base 89. However, that's still actually pretty fast in the current meta. Terra Ghost to help prevent it from getting hit by fake outs, so you can threaten the sleep powders, the rage powders, or go for a pretty strong hurricane that is more accurate thanks to that Compound Eyes. Compound Eyes does increase the accuracy of the Pokemon's moves by 30%, so the hurricanes end up going from 70 accuracy and it goes all the way up to 91% chance to land hurricane, which is pretty good. And then sleep powder, it's about a 96%, I believe, rounded down. So it has a, if I remember, it's either 3 or 4% chance to miss with Vivillion Sleep Powder, and those are pretty good odds on one of the faster Sleep Powder mons in the game. It's able to threaten a lot of fast sleep. Incredible. We saw at this tournament overall with Breloom and Toad's Cruel if it had his ability shut off at the Baltimore Regional Championship. It's a pretty big threat and a pretty good supported Pokemon. That Hurricane also does some pretty good chip. Even if it's not the strongest special attack, it's still a really powerful move off the same type attack bonus. The Garchomp paired with Vivillion is excellent because you have that Life Orb. Vivillion is immune to the Earthquake, so you can go for Earthquake next to your partner. Hurricane threatens the grass types. It's a pretty strong combination. Terrifier is a defensive typing to help out against the super effective ice coverage and prevent Garchomp from getting burned. We have the Primarina. This is to help out against Dondozo, and Water Fairy is just a really good offensive and defensive typing. Citrus Berry to help stay around, last longer on the field. Terra Poison helps out against like Glamora, as well as the poison types and the grass types that are super effective against Primarina. Haze is just so important against Dondozo. Hyper Voice for the water coverage, Moonblast for the fairy coverage, and then Protect and Preserve itself. Incineroar pairs really well with the team. Fake Out support, of course, always just really solid. Parting Shot, incredible move to position. We have really good type synergy wise with the Primarina. You have the Safety Goggles to help out against the Moongus and other powder moves. Getting into Golden Go, which is also nice because your water type doesn't resist steel in this case. So it's really great against there. Terra Ghost to help out against all the fighting moves, as well as opposing Fake Out, which is pretty solid. Porygon 2, which is interesting on this team, is a Trick Room team, but it doesn't exactly use a Heart Sweeper because it's not like it's a setup Primarina, but it's able to help a lot with that Trick Room, able to create a form of speed control against Tailwind Mons, which is nice. And Porygon itself is a really good Mon that can do a lot of damage thanks to its download ability, because if you are able to get a potential special attack boost off that download, it's able to do quite a bit with that Terra Blast and the Ice Beam. And this one's running Terra Fighting to help out against the King Gambits, against our Calons, really common Pokemon, also able to hit like Incineroar, Terra Steel, Golden Go. It can be really strong. And even if Porygon 2 gets an attack boost, it can still take advantage of that attack boost with the Terra Blast that is boosted still and can be either a physical or a special attack depending on the download boost. It can be pretty nice regardless of which download boost you do obtain. We have finally the last Mon, the Golden Go. Really nice because it is paired with that Incineroar that gives it Intimidate, Parting Shot, Fake Out support. You also have really good type coverage in general, synergizes well with the Porygon 2. Able to do quite a bit with that Metal Coat, Nasty Plot, Make It Rain. The Make It Rain can just dish out a lot of damage even without the Nasty Plot boost. Or if you are able to set up, it's able to do a lot of damage. Just Shoutable for really good coverage. And Protect and Preserve itself. Terra Dragon to help out against Fire, Water, Grass, and anything that really wants to get Golden Go. It's just a really good defensive type on Golden Go. If you would like to check out the details of the recreation and the creator of the recreation, they will be linked in the description down below. King Gambit, Rillaboom, Clefable, Primarina, Volcarona, Sneasler. Pretty standard team. How do I want to approach this one? Garchomp's pretty strong. The Vivilion actually puts in a lot of work. Yeah, there's a lot I could do here. Gold is a pretty strong combination. Vivilion plus gold is actually pretty solid, I would say. Yeah, I do actually like Vivilion gold. Even though there is a King Gambit, I think I could probably play around it. Yeah, I think it's probably pretty easy to play around. I do need a mod to help out against the Volcarona, which probably is Incineroar next to Porygon. Porygon's pretty good here. Incineroar's pretty good here. Intimidate's just really solid. I don't really need Garchomp, although it can put in work. There's a lot of picks I could go for. I think I do like Incineroar, and I like Porygon too for this plan though. Because having the Porygon 2, I probably will use my Terra on Porygon 2 just to help out and beat the King Gambit. But I could also try to beat King Gambit with Golden Go, which is kind of weird to say. But with the combination of threatening the Sleep Powders, I could Terra Dragon the Golden Go here against the Volcarona Clefable. This is fine. All right, so I do lead the Vivilion and the Golden Go, and I will just go for the Nasty Plot immediately. I'm actually not going to Terra because this could be helping in Heat Wave. I kind of doubt it. I think they're just going to Quiver Dance. I think I'm just going to go for the Nasty Plot turn 1 and just attempt to Sleep Powder. Could be Safety Goggles Cleft though, so maybe it's just better to Hurricane. I'm just going to Hurricane the Volcarona. We're gonna see the Clefable retreat. Okay, so I could Sleep Powder, but it can Terra Grass, I suppose. We're gonna see the Rillaboom come in, which is a-okay by me. So I get a pretty nice Hurricane as well as a Nasty Plot. Let's see if they Heat Wave or not, because that's a pretty big deal. I do have Incineroar to switch to the next turn. If you're gonna see a Terra, I wouldn't be surprised to see this being Terra Grass, which would be really nice. If you're Terra Fire, oh no. Yes, Terra Grass. So they should be Quiver Dancing here, I'd imagine. And that's perfect because I just get a free really strong Hurricane and they no longer resist Make It Rain. So Hurricane gonna come out. We outspeed the Volcarona, and that is almost a knockout. That's so huge damage. The Quiver Dance gonna come out. Vivilion really starting out the first battle, just making them rage quit on turn 1. That is hilarious. I did gamble quite a bit, but I thought the Quiver Dance was obvious. Sure, they could have went for the Heat Wave, but there's a lot of defensive plays I could have made, just like a simple switch as well, like into Garchomp. I just went for the Hurricane to cover for a Terra Grass option or Follow Me Safety Goggles, but it would have been a disaster for them if I clicked Make It Rain, but I did click Nasty Plot. But then I think I just went with Terra Dragon Golden Go, because I think Terra Dragon Golden Go just would destroy this combo. I just bring in Incineroar afterward, Protect. They could do whatever, really. Sure, they get recovery, but they're not being the Incineroar plus Golden Go, I think, afterwards. Can't believe Vivilion made them rage quit immediately. Arcaladon, Baxcalibur, Sneasler, Rillaboom, King Gambit, and Amoonguss. All right. Flying coverage is amazing. They have triple flying week. They do have Baxcalibur, which makes this a bit tough because I don't know if it's Ice Shard. They have a lot of priority as well on their team. The Porygon is also pretty nice in this game. It's probably Power Herb Sturdy Arcaladon. That's what it looks like in team preview here. Gold is actually pretty good here too. Yeah, gold is pretty strong. I wonder what I want to lead. I could lead like Vivilion Gold. Garchomp's not bad either in this matchup. They do have 3 ground weeks as well. There's a lot I could bring. I think Primarina's probably out because I don't really like it against Power Herb, Arcaladon, the Sneasler with Dire Claw, and the Rillaboom. So I think it's probably out. The other 4 are still in the game. I do like Vivilion Gold as an option though. I think it's pretty strong. In the back, I'm leaning towards Porygon and Incineroar because Porygon is just super bulky in general. It should be able to sponge up attacks just fine. I like Incineroar because it can switch into Amoonguss. Intimidate's always valuable. So I think I'm going to try this combination out, see how well I can perform. Like, I could see myself bringing Garchomp for sure. But the thing is, Porygon, like, I don't know if I need my Terra in this matchup. Maybe I Terra Golden going for the King Gambit, but that's the only mon I really want to Terra it against. Like the other mons I'm fine with. We're gonna see the lead of Excalibur Sneasler. All right. All right, I'm gonna protect Vivilion for sure. The question is, what am I doing with gold? Am I clicking make it rain immediately? Am I expecting some kind of cheese here? I think my best play is actually to just switch out Incineroar, right? Switching in Incineroar seems fine, and just going for make it rain. It also covers some random option from the Sneasler where it's like, okay, I'm gonna reveal that I'm Terra Dark and attack right here, right? So I'm gonna go for make it rain, gonna switch to Incineroar, get Intimidate off, which I think is pretty valuable because the only way this got punished is just Sneasler hard switched here into the King Gambit. This also punishes the King Gambit if they decide to come in for this turn. Let's see. I don't want them getting free opportunities to sword stands ever. We're gonna see a Terra come out immediately, so that's nice. Sneasler is gonna Terra. Is this Terra Dark? I had a feeling, right? I had a feeling. So I could have double protected, just bait out the Terra, but I think this also works out pretty well because the make it rain is nice. Throw chop. Okay. Yeah, gold takes that extremely well. And they went for Icicle Spear into what was the Vivilion. Beautiful. So I get a pretty good turn here. Yeah, this is a really good turn. Because I'm able to get a lot of damage into Sneasler. I get to do a lot to the Excalibur, which is a threat to my Vivilion. It's loaded dice on the Excalibur. Actually, we don't have to worry about Excalibur. Excalibur just went down. All right, awesome. That's a huge immediate start to the game. That's such an incredible start to the game. All right, Vivilion, they were scared of the attacks or the threat of Sleep Powders, the Rage Powders. King Gambit gonna come out. I just fake out, I'm pretty sure, and I just click make it rain or Shadow Ball. I guess I'm just gonna shadow. Nah. No, I make it rain here. Make it rain's fine. They have protect on the Sneasler? Okay, I was not expecting protect on the Sneasler. That's, I guess, okay. All right, the fact that it has protect on the Sneasler is actually kind of weird. We will get a make it rain off into the King Gambit. Okay. As King Gambit flinches. I think we're still all right. I think I'm just going to go for a knockoff shit KO to Sneasler at this range. I'm going to go for the protect with the gold. If they go for the close combat knockout, it's fine. They actually hard switch. If this is Arcaladon's power herb, I'll gladly take it. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So protect our Golden Go. They protect King Gambit too. Okay, best turn. I want to get rid of Sneasler because I didn't want any Dire Claws really relevant the remainder of the game. We get to knock off into the Arcaladon. We get rid of its power herb. That's incredible. And these Arcaladons don't usually run body press. So I should be able to get a parting shot off and get a free switch into Vivilion and then parting shot out into my... I should get Porygon 2 in safely, get a free switch to Vivilion, start threatening the Sleep Powders into Fighting Terra Blast. Just hits their entire field, like it cleans their board. So that would be really nice. You go for Draco Meteor Incineroar, which, do we tank? Yeah, we do. All right, -3 on their Arcaladon. We will get the parting shot. And we go hard into Vivilion because we don't really care about losing our Sash here. We outspeed these Pokemon and threaten the Sleep Powder. So out into Vivilion we go. And I guess I just we don't want Terra Blast. I think I Terra Blast the King Gambit. Yeah, we Terra Blast the King Gambit. We're Terra Blasting the King Gambit for sure. All right. Sleep Powder and Terra Blast. With the Terra Fighting specifically to help out against this King Gambit balance stuff. Or in this case, it's more like, yeah, it's King Gambit balance stuff. We do Terra Porygon 2 into Fighting for the Terra Blast. We will threaten the King Gambit. If they protect, that's fine. They're just gonna rage quit because they... Wait. Oh, that was me? I'm pretty sure I won the game here, man. Do I get to see the turn play out? No, right? I think I won the game there. Like that turn. I click Sleep Powder and Arcaladon. I Terra Blast. Source as King Gambit doesn't run a... We saw the dark moves. I'm pretty sure I just KO. What? That's the first time I DC'd in a long time. Oh, no, wait, no. They DC'd. Because if I DC'd, I would have gone to the homepage. No, yeah, they just rage quit. They saw the terrifying Terra Blast and they're like, okay. But yeah, terrifying Terra Blast P2. It's good into the steel types because the steel types are the most dominant Pokemon. King Gambit or Caledon. It's not good in the gold, but it covers the Terra Steel Gold, I guess. But the rest of the team can hit gold pretty well, so. ER Caledon, Whimsicott, Blood Moon Ursaluna, Dragonite, Volcarona, and Amoonguss. Okay, I've seen this build before. I can't remember all the details. It should be like the multi-scale Dragonite with Scale Shot, the Volcarona. I think it's choice specs on this team, or at least Terrafire, which makes this a little bit strange. Oh boy, I do love Porygon here. Porygon's really good against this team. It's just able to tank attacks pretty well. The Volcarona is a little bit concerning with how much damage it does. The Blood Moon can be a bit concerning, but Porygon is really good here. I like Porygon. Maybe Porygon Vivilion just drops in Hurricanes immediately. Gold is nice too. I don't know if I want it though. I think Porygon's good. I like the Vivilion because Hurricane actually does do a lot, and Sleep Powder as well is pretty big. I think Incineroar in the back. The question is, do I want gold or do I want Primarina? They're both actually pretty good in this matchup. I'd probably say gold because I like having a Blood Moon Ursaluna Hyper Voice switch in. Primarina is better against the Volcarona, which is like the only thing, because I don't remember if this is Quiver Dance, but I think it was Terrafire. So you know what? Let's try it out. If they lead Whimsicott Volcarona, it's not, well, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing because of the threat of Sunny Day, Terrafire choice specs overheat. But they also have to fear the Sleep Powder. They also might go for the Heat Wave. If they go for the Heat Wave, that's greedy. I live, and then I just go for Sleep Powder and Volcarona plus like a Trick Room. And we're going to see the lead of Volcarona, Blood Moon, Ursaluna. I don't think they run. Okay. Interesting. I believe this is in Terra Grass Volcarona, so I should be able to get a Sleep Powder off into it. If I'm not mistaken, these teams usually run a Life Orb on the Ursaluna, so I shouldn't have to worry about, well, it can still do a lot of damage. They could go for like a Heat Wave plus a Blood Moon right off the bat. Porygon's a really bulky Pokemon. I have no idea if it would take the attack, but we'll find out. Special attack boost is nice here for sure. I think my play would probably be just to go for a Trick Room and a Sleep Powder. The question is into who. I could Hurricane here. I don't know if there's Terras involved. They could Terra Normal the Blood Moon, or they could Terra the Volcarona. Both are kind of weird. It's just like a lot of damage. Like if I let Incineroar, this would have been better. All right, I think I'm going to go for the Sleep Powder attempt. I'm going to go for the... I think I'm going to target the Volcarona. I feel like safe place to go into Ursaluna. Do they protect? I'm just going to attempt to Sleep Powder anyway. Nice. Okay. I'm faster than Volcarona, which is not something I anticipated. Okay, that's a bit weird. I thought this was like a very... This is specs, it looks like, because Heat Wave, yeah, did do a lot of damage to Porygon. Okay. All right. Blood Moon takes its first turn of sleep, as we do get the Trick Room off. Although I guess it's a bit of a weird spot. I was expecting I didn't actually notice complete sets, but I thought the Volcarona was actually faster than the Vivilion. So I was hoping I could dress in Hurricane, but all right, we're going to go for an Ice Beam, I guess, and we're going to go switch into Incineroar, which should probably be okay. Volcarona is actually going to retreat, which is really nice, as we are going to see the Amoonguss come out. Okay, so I do have Fake Out Pressure against the Amoonguss, which is great. Golden Go could come in, which is actually kind of nice. Volcarona is still going to be problematic, but I might actually go for the Terra Dragon Golden Go, and I should be fine into Volcarona. So I think that's going to probably be my plan. Ice Beam going to come out into the Ursaluna. Oh, wow. That just knocked out. That's really impressive, actually. That's really impressive. Okay. We take those. That's a crazy knockout. I guess it's just frail Ursaluna I didn't think +1 Ice Beam would actually be able to pick up the knockout. That's crazy. Porygon 2 going insane here. This is Volcarona back in. Volcarona back in. This is, unless you're Covert Cloak, a pretty free switch into Golden Go and a fake out into the Volcarona, and then I could get the Terra Dragon play, go for a Nasty Plot and Parting Shot. Yeah, I like that a lot. So I should be fine here. We are going to go out into Golden Go. Don't be Terra Ghost. Don't be Terra Ghost. Might be Terra Fire. Terra. Okay, Terrifier. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. All right, so they committed to Terra. Good to know. That is good to know. We do get a fake out off into Volcarona. Nice. And a Spore attempt Porygon to cover for the fake out play. We do get the flinch. Nice, beautiful. I'm going to go for a Protect because I want to scout for what the Volcarona lock itself into, I think. And into Porygon seems pretty safe. Yeah, I think that's just what I'm going to do. So let's go for the Protect with Gold. Go for a Parting Shot. They go for a Rage Powder. I have Safety Goggles, so I do not mind the Amoonguss, whatever it does here. Parting Shot going to come out in Volcarona. We are able to lower that special attack by a stage, which is excellent. And now we get to go out in a Porygon. I don't know what move they're locking themselves into because I want to find out. If we find out it's locking a fire move, we can just go for the Terra Dragon very safely here. Let's see if Porygon could maybe get a recover off. Is this Terra Fire Heat Wave probably coming back in? Yeah, Heat Wave comes out. Porygon should be eating the attack just fine. But I don't know if it's a 2-shot. We're going 119 to 55. Okay, so we do go down to another one. So it's probably better just for me to go for a Nasty Plot, Terra Dragon with Golden Go, and swap back to the Incineroar. On the Heat Wave, we just have to worry about whatever the last Pokemon is. If it's Arcaludon, this can still be a scary game, but I think Gold will be able to threaten a lot of damage with Shadow Balls from now on, so we should be okay. But I do worry about the Arcaludon. Let's see what they decide here. I don't know if they're going to Spore or they're going to switch out the Amoonguss, because switching out the Amoonguss would make this a little bit annoying depending on the Pokemon in the back. We're going to go for the Incineroar switch, get the Intimidate off, although it doesn't matter, but more importantly, just take the Heat Waves. Terra Dragon on Gold. Yeah, because this should be Specs Volcarona based on the damage 100%, so it shouldn't be Quiver Dance ever coming out, so I don't have to worry about it. Just makes it a lot easier to play against. The Terra Dragon coming out. And since we did get that Parting Shot earlier, we should be okay. They go for a Rage Powder here. Okay, kind of surprising. As we are able to get to the Nasty Plot on the Gold. Actually, everything's faster than that Volcarona. Jeez, that Volcarona is really slow. Heat Wave going to come out into my Golden Go and my Incineroar. Still does a decent chunk, but it's nowhere near enough. Oh, Trick Room is still up. Well, that's fine. Kind of forgot about that because I could have recovered with the Porygon, but realistically that's okay. Do I want to go for Shadow Ball fake out? There's a lot of plays I could go for. I think I just like the idea of going for a Shadow Ball into the Volcarona and Parting Shots the Volcarona too. I could fake out here to prevent damage, but if they switch out to Volcarona, I would like to get a Parting Shot off into whatever's coming in. So you know what, I'm gonna go for it because Volcarona's just not threatening that much damage. You can Rage Powder here, but that means you give me opportunities for Porygon to get some recovery, which is actually pretty important. Heat Waves are going to be fired out. Like the Volcarona are going to be at -2 now. The thing is that Golden Go is taking a lot of damage, but I think Porygon can clean up whatever's in the back at this point, as long as I'm able to get some more chippage. So let's see. Bring out the... I could also go Vivilion, but Vivilion doesn't really accomplish anything here, because the Amoonguss Rage Powder is still something that's threatening. So I'll go into Porygon. I guess I could have faked out Nasty Plot, but I really was not expecting them to just stay in like that. Okay. Here's the Shadow Ball. Good damage. Gonna activate a Berry. That's fine. I think I'm gonna go for Make It Rain, KO the Amoonguss, and recover the Porygon. Yeah. Because then we'll be able to threaten the knockout into a Moongus. The Heat Wave shouldn't KO the Porygon, and the Heat Wave shouldn't threaten the Golden Go. I could protect it here, but they're really insistent on just Rage Powdering. I thought they would just keep threatening the Spore option. Heat Wave going to come out. Yeah, Porygon, Golden Go able to tank. We are able to make a rain off. So much damage. Is that crit on Volk? We crit the Moon. That probably didn't matter because it looked like based on the Shadow Ball I would have KO'd. No, that wasn't a crit on Volk. That's just so much damage. We are able to get a recover off with Porygon. All right. It comes down to the last. Who's the last? Arcalon's really the Pokemon I'm kind of afraid of. We do have Vivillion still around. It is Arcalon. Okay, game's not over. This Vivilion should be timid, so we should outspeed the Arcalon and always threaten the Sleep Powder. So I think my best play is just to protect the gold and go out into go out into Incineroar. Okay, it's still technically a close game, but we do have quite a bit of tools where I think we should have the game secured. We go out and, well, not secured, because there is one thing I do have to go for, which is probably a Hurricane setup. So I'm going to Incineroar. If Incineroar goes down, that's fine, but if it's able to hang on, then we're in a pretty good spot. Heat Wave going to come out again. Okay. Yeah, we're going to see the Heat Wave. Is this Electroshock double into Porygon? It should be. And if Incineroar goes down, I get a free switch to Vivillion. I click Hurricane into the Volcarona plus a Shadow Ball. Arcalon can only target one slot, which is pretty big. They use up their item. Okay, it's into Incineroar. Perfect. Okay, that's fine. All right, Vivillion, you just got to hit the Hurricane. You just got to hit the Hurricane. So we're going out to Vivillion. We're going to click Hurricane into the Volcarona. And we should be pretty safe. Yeah, because we saw the Volcarona being hecka slow. So we Shadow Ball and we go for a Hurricane. Please hit the Hurricane. Compound Eyes. Nice. Okay, perfect. I think that should seal it here. All right, goodbye Volcarona. Critical hit. Nice, but not necessary. Goodbye, Volcarona. And Ice Beam should be like a 2-shot guaranteed. They go for Flash Cannon. Yep. Into gold. Okay, so we do actually have to hit one more sleep. We do have to hit one Sleep Powder, I think. Yeah, we do have to hit one Sleep Powder, but it is compoundized Sleep Powder, so the odds are very, very in our favor. So we go out into Porygon, we click Ice Beam, we get the special attack boost from the Arcalon, so we should be able to 2-shot with the Ice Beam here. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to Sleep Powder. And then next turn we Rage Powder. Alright, we landed Sleep Powder. That is a good game. We already saw you were Power Herb. You can't be like a Lumberry unless you're Sleep Talk. There's no way you're Sleep Talk and you get the right move. So Ice Beam should 2-shot. Perfect. Yep. Easily more than a 2-shot. So we will go for a Sleep Powder and we're going to Rage Powder. Hurricane might pick up the knockouts or maybe in 2, but the odds are just mathematically better if we click Rage Powder instead of them getting first turn Wake, dodging one of the Sleep Powders, and then hitting the Porygon. They say Sleep and Ice Beam is going to be able to finish off the Arcalon. Beautiful. Just incredible start. Like, I was not expecting. Well, Sleep Powder to Ursaluna was great. I was really worried that they might just attempt to protect and let Trick Room go up, because that would have been not great. But the start was pretty good. We were able to get that Sleep Powder off into Ursaluna and one-shot it the next turn with Porygon, which I still think is crazy to think about. I guess there was just no bulk Ursaluna. Ursaluna doesn't have the best special defense in the world, and since you're not running bulk, it just went down because it was boosted Ice Beam. And then, yeah, we were able to set up our gold into a really good spot and then position our end game pretty accordingly to an Arcalon back, which was awesome. Tyranitar, Moongus, Incineroar, Golden Go, Porygon 2, and Ursaluna. All right, we have the standard Italian Sand Trick Room team here. And let us see, because this is a team that Marco and Fede Campo used to do really well in the VR online tournament. And a lot of Italian players have been using this. Let's see. Man, I have so many options. Primarina is good. Golden Go's good. Vivilion is not bad here. I don't really like it because of the Tyranitar though. Porygon 2 is definitely coming. It's one of my best answers. Garchomp's pretty threatening when they have 3 ground weeks, but their Porygon is kind of annoying here. I think I want probably Primarina, Incineroar, Porygon 2, and Golden Go probably. Yeah, I think I like that combination. Let's do Incineroar plus, I think, Golden Go as the start. Primarina in the back with Porygon. So we got to watch out because we're playing a pretty balanced, like very similar teams. I have to worry about the Ursaluna if they ever get that into a really good position. We have to watch out for the knockoffs on each other's Porygon 2s. They have an Amoonguss, so they do threaten the Sleep Powder, which is a bit unfortunate if they do bring it. So let's find out. Gonna be Incineroar and Golden Go. Okay, it looks like we had the same idea, which is not too surprising. It's ideally the Incineroar and the Golden Go on my side. We have a faster Incineroar, it looks like, so I do get the Intimidate off. I'm not sure if we're going to be the faster Gold, though, which is probably the more important question. There really wasn't much other than maybe like a Garchomp that I could have brought out here, but yeah. Do I think the Gold is going to be faster? Probably not. I don't think this Golden Go had much speed, so... yeah, I think I'm going to go for a knockoff into their Gold and a Nasty Plot immediately. This is tough. I think I want a Nasty Plot. I want a Nasty Plot. Gonna knock off for the item. There's so many options that they could go for, right? They could try to fake out my Incineroar. Gold gonna protect. Okay, what are they doing? Flare Blitz, knockoff, Parting Shot? If they don't have the... well, let's see. If they don't damage the Gold, I'm in a good spot. Because I just get a free Nasty Plot here, and now I threaten their Golden Go. But I imagine this is targeting to the Golden Go. Yeah, they knocked off. Okay. Not too much damage, though, so that's pretty okay. I could Terra Dragon here. I think my best play is just to knock off the Gold and probably protect the Golden Go. That was kind of a risky play, though, because what if I just went for Fake Out into Incineroar and Nasty Plotted? Because I had the faster Incineroar based on the team preview, so... huh. Or not team preview, the start of the game. Guess I'm just going to protect Gold. Like, that was such a risky play now that I think about it. Yeah. Like, I expected their Gold to probably, like, Nasty Plot in their response, but we're going to see a Terra come out from my opponent's Golden Go, which is probably the Terra Dragon. Yeah, Terra Dragon. Okay. I don't think you Nasty Plot in front of a +2 Gold. So we will go for the Protect with our Golden Go. Shadow Ball. Yep, perfect. Okay. And now I get to knock off in case the Golden Go. I don't know. I should be leftovers, but I have no idea. Yeah, it's leftovers. Okay. That also gets the chip damage to put in Make It Rain range. We're going to see the Parting Shot into my Incineroar, which is perfectly fine. Because as long as it's not like a fast Tyranitar in the back, I should just outspeed it and threaten a very powerful Make It Rain. So let's see what they decide to go for. I still think the Gold should be able to tank an attack from their Golden Go perfectly fine. And now they're also like their Golden Go is also threatened by Ice Beam and Moonblast, so that's pretty good. I could also retreat Gold into Porygon 2, and I might do that. Ursaluna coming out, interesting. If I was them, I'm clicking a switch to Incin here. But I'm just gonna Parting Shot the... I'm just gonna Parting Shot? Do I want a Parting Shot? I actually would probably prefer to hard switch. The reason I would probably prefer to hard switch is I'd rather get something in. Yeah, I'm actually going to hard switch to Primarina. I'm going to go for a Terra Dragon, Make It Rain. The reason, this could be Gold Protect and a switch to Incineroar. And if they do that, I'm kind of not in the best spot, actually. I want a position where I can have 2 targets that threaten the Golden Go knockout. So I think this is always the play. Because even if Ursaluna attacks, it takes a ton of damage. And the Golden Go will go down unless it protects here. And if it protects, it's not setting up a Nasty Plot yet. So it's still threatened by the knockout Primarina without threatening a knockout into my Primarina slot. If they attack with Golden Go, as long as my Golden Go is able to take the attack, which it should because their Golden Go is at neutral, and not like a boosted from Nasty Plot, I should be fine with taking any attacks here. We also have the actually, do we have the medical? We got knocked off, right? Okay, they stay in. So I do take a Shadow Ball. Yep, with the Terra. Special defense drop shouldn't matter. Make It Rain is going to come out. Yeah, look at how much damage we did. We got rid of gold, which is a big piece of their game against the Oregon 2. And we are able to get huge amount of damage into Ursaluna, which we're retarding. Facade into Primarina. Okay. So I could have got a parting shot off. Maybe Primarina could survive Facade. I actually have no clue, but it works out. Yeah, it works out. I'm now able to go out into my Incineroar once again, get an Intimidate off. If they go into their Incineroar, I will go for the Fake Out into their Incineroar because we revealed I was faster in the previous iteration of our speeds. So let's see if this happens again. Because if my Intimidate goes off first, I'm just assuming I'm having the faster Incineroar guaranteed here. Yeah, my Incineroar just went off with the Intimidate first. So I should be faster than theirs. I should be able to get a Fake Out into a Make It Rain here. Now, I think their last Pokemon, if they want a chance, has to be a Mungus. So I'm going to Fake Out the Incineroar. I'm just going to go for a Make It Rain anyway, as I might as well. I get a bit of damage into both here. If Ursaluna stays in, it just goes down, and that's perfectly fine. Like, nothing really switches in on this Make It Rain. We are going to see the Ursaluna retreat. Is this the Amoonguss? We already know they can't Terra, so I could always... okay, it's in the Porygon, which is fine. That means they can't heal the Ursaluna. So as long as I have a Mom with Protect, I should be good against that. All right. We go for Protect. Make It Rain. Nice. I think we're good, especially with the Incineroar taking Chip. So I'm going to go for a knockoff into the Porygon. What do I want to do with you? Do I want to Make It Rain again? There really isn't that much benefit to clicking Make It Rain this time around. I think I just Protect. Yeah, I just Protect. Because if I get a knockoff into Porygon, that means its item is lost. And getting rid of that item means Golden Go can be saved for an endgame. Knockoff. Gets rid of the Violet. We're going to see the knockoff into Golden Go. Probably a Trick Room here. They could recover, which is fine. Yeah, Trick Room goes up. That's not too surprising. Okay. What did they get? Did they get special attack because of my special defense drop? Yeah, kind of annoying here, but should be still acceptable. I'm going to parting shot out the Porygon, and I'm going to go out into my own Porygon because I can save Golden Go for an end game because it's able to threaten and Make It Rain. So I might as well. And I also want to get rid of this Intimidate on Incineroar and pivot around. So let's bring out our Porygon. I think we just threatened to try attacks always into the Incineroar on their side. They're going to recover, which is excellent. So this might be knockoff into Porygon, but I think at this point in the game, I don't mind taking the knockoff. Yeah, because now it's just like, okay, we have two Porygons that are just knocked off. Parting shot going to come out into the Porygon. The thing is, they can't even parting shot into Ursaluna because I think the Ursaluna just goes down, if I'm not mistaken, to the burn. So I should just be able to always get like free try attacks off into the Incineroar slot and build up that massive damage into Incineroar. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for a Terra Blast. Maybe I want to go back to I actually, no. Do I want to go back to Instant? Yeah, I do. I don't think it's worth the time protecting because if they double up my Porygon on a rate of protect, it's pretty bad. I'd rather just go for the try attack here. Because then, like, if they do double up Porygon, I can always go for Fake Out Recover. We also lower their Incineroar's attacking power, which is also pretty important. No attack from the Incineroar into my Incineroar really matters for the remainder of the game. So, yeah. Terra Blast. Yeah, like, look at that damage. Beautiful damage. They go for Terra Blast of themselves. They do tire down my Porygon. Yep. They go for knockoff. Get rid of my item. Sure. So now I'm pretty sure I'm super safe to click Fake Out into and Stare Incineroar. Probably just recover the damage, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. My Porygon should beat their Porygon. We'll see. Like, if they try to switch in Ursaluna again, it probably goes down, so I don't think they can do that. I buy a turn here. I get a recover. Terra Blast into Incineroar is a-okay. Yeah, like, we're able to tank it. And, yeah. Now we should just be able to Terra Blast the Incineroar. Parting shot again into the Porygon. We go for the... I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam, I suppose, into Incineroar because it catches everything that they can really switch into. Knocks out Incineroar, knocks out Ursaluna. We save Terra Blast power points for the Porygon if we do have to go that route, which probably we don't because we'll probably have a partner that picks up the knockout anyway. Next to the Porygon to beat their Porygon in a 1v2. So yeah, like I just don't see what they can really do here. Maybe if their Ursaluna can survive one hit, maybe. But yeah, we are able to get the Ice Beam off into their Incineroar. Picks up the knockout. And Terra Blast into Incineroar, sure. No crit, which is good. We are able to get that second parting shot off. And that second parting shot should help secure it because now they have a Porygon that just can't break through the rest of my team. So Golden Go. Okay. Golden Go in versus Ursaluna, and then we should be pretty good here. Trick Room returns to normal at the perfect timing, so I should be able to just threaten the board with Make It Rain, and if they waste turns protecting, yeah, that's really not great for them. Yeah, the Ursaluna just goes down to a single turn of burn. So I can go for a lot of plays here, but I think I just rather go for the Make It Rain, and I think just try attack or Terra Blast the Porygon, as I get so much damage. That was gonna be forfeit because they realized there's no play they can do, right? Ursaluna protects, it just goes down to its burn. The Porygon can't really do much, right? You can set up Trick Room, it doesn't change anything. Ursaluna still goes down. They just get attacked anyway. It looked like my Porygon 2 was actually slower than theirs. The Make It Rain damage plus the Terra Blast plus the fake out pressure from the next turn and then just a follow-up should be able to get the Porygon because it lost its Violet. So yeah, it really wasn't too much. I think it was just like playing the early turns correctly. They weren't able to set up the gold, which is what I was trying to prevent the most. I was able to get that huge Make It Rain against them with the +2 into their slot and was able to damage both of their attackers. And since they didn't bring a Moongus, they couldn't recover those Pokemon in time. So they just had really passive pieces, and I was just up ahead because we had a mirror of Incineroar Porygon 2, but my Pokemon were just healthier and I had more resources. Garchomp, Amoonguss, Incineroar, Dragonite, King Gambit, and Golden Go. All right, so Amoonguss is a little bit annoying. Don't like that Pokemon. We have a Gold Mirror, which is not great, but we'll see. I do like Porygon 2 a lot against their team. I would like to bring Porygon 2. It's probably Terra Flying on the not the Charizard, the Dragonite in this game. I don't know where Charizard came from. Trying to figure out what my best option is. I like Porygon a lot. I probably like Incineroar. It's good against Golden Go. Garchomp is good. Primarina is pretty solid, and then Vivillion's also nice for the hurricane damage. I also is just a ground switching. I do like leading the Porygon here. I think I'm gonna lead the Porygon. The question is, who am I pairing it up with? I think Porygon Vivilion, because I don't want to lead Incineroar against the King Gambit. I do think Vivillion's fine here. If they lead Incineroar Gold, I'll just hard switch to Garchomp, I think. Yeah, and then Incineroar plus the Garchomp should be fine. No Gold kind of sucks because it's a great mon against a Moongus, and no Primarina's not amazing, but I think I could probably play without it. Because I want to show off Vivilion, and I think Vivilion does have some usage here. Being a ground switch, being a ground immunity against a Garchomp, Pokemon that partners well because I can actually go for Earthquake next to my own Garchomp instead of just going for single target Stomping Tantrums is nice. We are going to see Golden Go Incineroar, which is a-okay here, versus my Porygon 2 and the Vivilion. Just going to go for a swap here into... Yeah, I'm just going to go for a swap into Garchomp, and I could Terra Ghost here, but there's really no point of going for the Terra Ghost on this turn, so I'm just going to protect. Next turn, I might have to make a read against Golden Go. Does it go for Terra? Does it go for Protect? I think I'm going to Earthquake, Hurricane the Incineroar slot, or Dragon Claw potentially. Trying to catch maybe a Dragonite, but we'll see. Protective Vivilion. This should be fake out nasty plot. Oh, they went on the off. I guess that makes sense. You don't have to fake out here. He went for the parting shot. Okay. Not great. Not great. Yeah, maybe I should have threatened something on the Golden Girl that could actually like force them to fake out. Because yeah, unless I had Terra on the Porygon, it wasn't going to be great. Okay, Amoonguss comes in. Interesting. I mean, this is a Hurricane Earthquake coming out. Do I want a Terra? I mean, Incineroar is also a super safe play here. I think I'm just going to go Incineroar and I'm just going to click Hurricane. Into the Amoonguss? I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm just going to Hurricane the Amoonguss. Get the chip damage. Amoonguss sometimes doesn't run Protect on these teams because of Clear Smog. I go Incineroar. Reset that Intimidate drop. I'm able to make it range just fine. Hurricane damage is nice. I don't know if the gold protects. Yeah, like it does now. Perfect. This could be Spore and a Garchomp, which would be beautiful here. So Hurricane into the Amoonguss. Huge damage. Citrus Berry gonna proc. Okay. And then this is Spore into what was the Garchomp slot. Perfect. Okay, so I got that read right. Amoonguss should be switching out into their own Incineroar at this point. I'm going to go for knockoff into their Golden Go and just go for a Hurricane into the Golden Go as well. Yeah. Because then their entire field is weak to the Garchomp. And I mean really weak. I expect a Terra from the Golden Go and to switch to Incin. Yep. Already Intimidates. Knockoff plus Hurricane should do a pretty sizable chunk to the Golden Go. And then I could go for like a Terra Ghost Hurricane and then switch to Garchomp the next turn. Looks like they're staying in, which is fine too. Hurricane, not Terraing, I mean, that's fine too. Hurricane, big damage. Knockoff, wait, why is that gold slow? Okay, we get rid of leftovers. That's pretty big. Make it rain. Yeah, the fact I'm faster is actually kind of crazy. Okay. Like, it was not what I was expecting, but it works out for me. Sure. I have a few plays. I could go for Terra Ghost with Incineroar if I want to. I'm gonna think about what the best play is here. I think I always attempt to Flare Blitz to gold, I'm pretty sure. What am I doing for you? Do I protect? I think I protect the Vivilion. No Terras. That's not too surprising because it's probably just fake out. I guess I could have Terra Ghosted, but I don't think I need it. Fake out. Is this Nasty Plot again? Or is this Make It Rain? Sure, Make It Rain. All right, now they're at neutral. All right. They crit my Incineroar, which is actually kind of unfortunate, but at least we're still around on the field. I think my play is just to parting shot the Incineroar now and go out into my Porygon, because Porygon should be able to take an attack from Vivilion. I want Vivilion around because now their entire team is just weak to Earthquake. So that's exactly what I want to try to aim for. Unless they knock off here, which I think is very unlikely. I think they're just going to parting shot, Make It Rain. Maybe they go for Protect. But yeah, I'm just going to go out into Porygon because it's very safe at sponging up these attacks in the remainder. We saw my Incineroar was faster than the gold as well. So I get the attack rise. Incineroar going to retreat. Is this a Amoonguss again? Sure. The golds protect. Oh, they played aggressive. Okay, that's fine. I go Garchomp. I am taking this attack not crazy well, but sure. But yeah, we can go Garchomp. I mean, I think we're okay. Do they Nasty Plot? This is where it kind of gets confusing if they Nasty Plot here. Okay, they just Make It Rain. Yeah, Garchomp takes it pretty well. Amoonguss is just a tricky mon here. I gotta watch out for Amoonguss. I'm gonna go for the Ice Beam into the Amoonguss, and I'm just gonna protect my Garchomp. Incineroar can come in for a slot, which, yeah, it switches out for the gold. I don't know where the Spore is coming into. I kind of wish Incineroar was healthier from not the crit, because if that crit didn't happen, I would be able to survive the fake out. And if they fake out Spore Pin, then like the thing is, because they got the crit, Incineroar probably goes down to a fake out, which is not great for me. Ice Beam, good amount of damage to the Amoonguss. They Spore the Porygon 2, so good play on their part. Okay. I guess we're just going to go out into Incineroar. We have to sack it on. We're going to take our first turn of sleep and we're going to go for Recover. If they go for Pollen Puff and switch into Gold, this is not good. But they might also just go for like a fake out. They might go for the knockoff. There's a lot that they could do. Like the thing is, like if they Spore the Garchomp, right? It doesn't matter as much now, but if they did, they could have went for like a fake out KO to Incineroar, and then the Spore would be redirected into the Porygon 2 slot, which is what changed. It's still kind of annoying because they can still do that, but it looks like they actually go for Parting Shot. I don't know if they went for Spore Pollen Puff though, because that's a big question. That's going to be the big question. Do they go for the Spore or do they go for the Pollen Puff? This is probably just a Pollen Puff, I'd imagine. Gold going to come back in. Porygon 2 takes his first turn of sleep. Yeah, good play on their part for the Pollen Puff. Okay. I still think it's probably acceptable, but I do need to weaken that Gold again. They can switch back into Amoonguss. They have a lot of plays. I'm just going to go for Flare Blitz into the Golden Go. I'm going to attempt to Ice Beam the Amoonguss slot. All right, they let me get attacks off. So Flare Blitz into Gold, some damage, which is nice. And Garchomp Earthquake's looking really nice next to Vivilion, so I will take it. But if we wake up, that'd be huge. Can we wake up? Nasty plot, yeah. This is where it gets dangerous. This is where it gets dangerous. Please wake up, Porygon. They're gonna get Pollen Puff again, aren't they? Oh, they Spored. That's huge, actually. If they went for Pollen Puff again, I actually was... It depends on the Gold's Terra, but if it was anything that wasn't a Terra weak to Earthquake, I would have been in a bad spot. Okay, Garchomp comes back in. Do I Earthquake my own Porygon, or do I hard switch into Vivilion? I think I'm going to go for an Earthquake. I mean, I always go for Earthquake. The question is, am I doubling up the Amoonguss with Porygon, or am I going for something else? I think I always Terra Blast the Amoonguss. Yeah, I think I have to stay in. Okay, Amoonguss actually retreats. Is this Incineroar? Yeah, Incineroar comes in. All right. Did Gold attack here? And I feel like this is always Protect. Oh, they Terra'd. Did they take the Life Orb Earthquake at this range? Are they Terra that resists? This is going to be close. Terra Dragon. All right, let's see if they live the Life Orb Earthquake. Because they should be attacking if they went for the Terra, right? All right, here's an Earthquake. Oh, it barely lived. Oh, that's so bad. Porygon survives. But I don't think it's enough, man. And I stay asleep. I have one out. And I hope they are going to throw this. I hope they are going to throw this. Go for the Terra Ghost. Go for the Hurricane. Hope that they fake out the Vivilion and I get a Recover off. I think that's my only hope. And I don't even know what's the last Pokemon on their side. If it's King Gambit, I guarantee lose. If it's Dragonite, there might be a shot. What else could be there? Let's go. Garchomp? Garchomp I can win. Yeah, they just attacked, I think. So Hurricane gonna knock out the Gold. Yeah, it's over because they're probably just clicking any attack into Vivilion for the knockout. And then they could go for like fake out Spore. Oh wait, they just KO'd a Porygon. That also makes sense. Game went really well at the start. What went wrong? Freaking Amoonguss, man. Freaking Amoonguss. Should I have prioritized it? Potentially. I feel like my lead wasn't that great though in this match. My problem was not pressuring the Terra on the Gold earlier. But yeah, I mean, no matter what I do, I can't win. I'm gonna try to, I don't know. Let's see how much Hurricane did to Incineroar. It did pick up the knock at that range. I really want to get a position with Vivilion next to the Vivilion next to Garchomp, because Vivilion next to Garchomp was really good in this match, as we saw. What? I'm trying to think of positions I could have maybe switched out, but I mean, that Garchomp survival was, or the Earthquake survival on the Golden Go was clutch. If I was able to get that knockout, it would have been okay. Then I think I was in an incredible position. Assuming Porygon 2 would wake up, but Porygon 2 just kept sleeping, unfortunately, for that game too. I think it's just a few micro, like, trying to figure out, like, okay, positioning against the Moongus. Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Sylveon, Archaludon, Dragonite, and King Gambit. Alright, so this is just gonna come down to how well, I guess, we can play with Haze Primarina against Dondozo, which... Am I bringing Incineroar? I feel like Incineroar is probably not that great in this matchup. I do want to bring Porygon 2 and Primarina, which I think are really good in this match. I think I'm just going to do Vivilion Garchomp. I think it's pretty strong in this, and then I think I'm bringing Primarina and Porygon in the back. Porygon's so bulky that it should be able to tank any Dondozo move, get Trick Room up, and then Haze is set up for the Primarina. They have a pretty tough time against Garchomp overall, so I guess the question is what item the Dragonite is, because that's going to be a big one. Do they lead the... Are they going to lead the Dondozo mode immediately? Like a Dondozo combination with a partner, which would probably be easy for me to handle because I do have Sleep Powder threatening. Like, Sleep Powder is a pretty big threat to their team. Like, the only... They didn't... Wait, did they have a gold? They didn't, right? They had Archaludon and King Gambit, right? They bring out the Sylveon plus the Dragonite against my Vivilion and Garchomp. We're just gonna scout for attacks, I guess. I'm just gonna go for Protect with Vivilion and Protect with Garchomp. As long as this isn't a setup move on either of these Pokemon, which they could be, but usually Dondozo teams like to run offense more. So I will Protect. Wow, they played aggressive with the Dragonite here. No Terra. Ice Spinner into Garchomp, okay, or into Vivilion, that's fine. Hyper Voice, okay. It kind of signals to me that it's more likely a... That's fine, yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna Sleep Powder the Sylveon, and I think I'm just gonna Dragon Claw the Dragonite, I guess. Do they have quick attack on the Sylveon? That's my only question. It doesn't look like it. They do give me the Dragon Claw and the Dragonite, so that's big. Sleep Powder. I do land on the Sylveon. Beautiful. So Sylveon will be put to sleep. Let's see what they decide to do here. Gonna be Ice Spinner once again. Sure. Into Vivilion. But I'm fine with this trade-off. Like, I don't know if they're choiced on the Dragonite or not, or if it's Assault Vest, but I think I can just go out in a Porygon pretty safely on an extreme speed, and I'm just going to Stomping Tantrum, get damage to Sylveon. I could Terra here, but I think I want to save my Terra for King Gambit in case Garchomp somehow does mysteriously go down here, because if Garchomp goes down, I do need an answer to King Gambit, and the only Pokemon that I do have for that is the Terra Fighting on the Porygon 2. I guess Primarina can be King Gambit, but it's a little bit tricky. Get the download boost, which is going to be a attack. They Protect Dragonite to stall out a turn, which is excellent for me. Okay. So it's not choice. We are able to get the Stomping Tantrum off into Sylveon. Oh, we crit Sylveon, which I'd assume mattered. I don't know if Garchomp can KO no bulk Sylveon, but it also depended on if it took a sleep turn, right? But I guess if they have Protect, they can maneuver. King Gambit gonna come out. All right. This is perfect, right? Because that Dragonite should be multi-scale. Oh, that means no Dondozo, which actually means Archaludon should be in the back then. Okay. Could be Assurance on the King Gambit. I think regardless, I should be pretty safe, though. I think I'm just going to go for Dragon Claw and the Dragonite again. And the question is, do I want to launch a Terrifying Terra Blast now or delay a turn? I think I can afford to go for the Terrifying Terra Blast and the King Gambit and Dragon Claw into the Dragonite. Let's go for it. They're gonna Terra here. I don't know if this is Terra on the Dragonite or Terra on the King Gambit. It is King Gambit. Okay, that's fine. Terra Water. Huh. Interesting, Terra. So... does Extreme Speed... I guess Extreme Speed Sucker Punch, but... does that knock out Garchomp after 2 rounds of Life Orb? Since you're not Choice Banded on the Dragonite, you're not even Life Orb, I'd say no. But I could be wrong. Porygon going to Terra. They go for Extreme Speed into Porygon. I wonder if this is for the Assurance double. Dragon Claw going to come out into the Dragonite, pick up that knockout. Alright, what did King Gambit do? Does it have Assurance? Is it Assault Vest? Because that's a big question. Iron Head, okay. Porygon able to tank it. Fire out back to Terra Blast, alright. Alright, they haven't respected the Garchomp that much. I don't do that much damage at all. I feel like that's probably Assault Vest. Archaludon does reveal itself here. There should be Electroshock coming out. I don't have a switch into Electroshock, but if they use their Electroshock, they do... you know what? This is probably okay. I'm just going to recover Porygon for the HP and I think protect the Garchomp this turn. I do have a few plays I could have went for, right? Earthquake switch to Vivillion. I could have just Earthquake straight up, which is also like acceptable. But I think recover here plus protect is okay. Because if they let me get the free switch into Vivillion, the Sleep Powder is super threatening to them. Hey, go for a Dragon Pulse. Is this double up? Good place. All right. Porygon goes down, but that's fine. I just get a free switch into Vivillion. I click Sleep Powder Earthquake. They already used their Terra, which is actually kind of nice here. So I go out into Vivillion. I click Sleep Powder. I Sleep Powder to King Gambit because it should be Assault Vest and I don't think can protect. Or Calydon can protect, which is why I don't risk it. I Sleep Powder and I go for Earthquake. Yeah. All right, Earthquake. Nope, protects. So big damage onto both. Yeah, really good damage. It might be in Hurricane range. Sleep Powder connects. Nice. And what's our Calydon targeting? Right, Garchomp. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. We could have some risk stuff. We could have some risk here, but I think it's probably all right. Yeah, we do have some risk, but I don't think it's too bad. I'm going out into Primarina. We do have Citrus, which isn't going to help out here too much. The question is, I feel like our Calydon protects. The question is, what are you doing with the King Gambit? Do they launch? They could risk it all here. Like, I could definitely see them trying to risk it all. I think I just Hurricane the Archaludon because Hurricane will pick up the... well, Sleep Powder does give me higher chance to win. But it's less likely to miss. I think Sleep Powder is probably fine and just go for a Moonblast into... or Hyper Voice. Hyper Voice should knock out a non-Assault Vest Archaludon, and I don't think it's Assault Vest. Okay, they protected. All right. So we attempted to Sleep Powder. They say sleep. Okay. If they didn't, it might have became a bit of a mind game here between like the Vivilion next to, or it would have came down to like when I protect on the Electroshot. But yeah, that works out. I should be able to Sleep Powder pretty safely and just go for a Moonblast into... I feel like you should always attempt to double protect. I think I'm just going to Moonblast the King Gambit anyway. They go for the double and fail. Beautiful. That means they haven't taken a turn of sleep, so I should have the game... oh, no. We got the rare Compound Eyes miss, but they say sleep. Okay. Okay. Moonblast going to come out into King Gambit. Okay, finishes off the King Gambit anyway. If King Gambit did wake up and they got the double protect, it would have came down to a mind game there of when do they electroshot and if I can protect on the electroshot. But yeah, now we secure the game. We can go for Rage Powder plus Moonblast. If they are Stalwart for some reason instead of Sturdy, then I just got to hit one Sleep Powder Hurricane. I'll go be forfeit. I had a feeling I would miss one Compound Eyes. I knew I was gonna miss one Compound Eyes Sleep Powder somewhere in this video, and it looks like it was gonna come true. Endgame was a bit tricky. I guess I could have protected Vivilion. I do think the protect on Arcalon was obvious, but on the rare chance Arcalon decides, hey, I'm gonna play aggressive and risk it all, like I did have the odds, right, where the Sleep Powder, where the Kingambit can also like just stay asleep because it only took one turn of sleep. So I felt like the odds were still probably better just to go for the Sleep Powder and not risk a guaranteed loss. All right, let's go over to games. In game 1, Vivilion made someone rage quit even without Sleep Powder by just going for a powerful Hurricane in turn 1. In game 2, got a great start getting rid of the Baxcalibur, and with the Terra Dark on their Sneasler, Terra fighting Porygon 2 was able to one-shot everything on their team. Or it would have if we actually got to see it go for those Terra Blasts. In game 3, played around the Choice Specs Volcarona well using Incineroar and set up a nice position with the Terra Dragon Golden Go, alongside setting up for a great endgame against the Echalodon. In game 4, had a great start and was able to get a massive turn, weakening their Ursaluna and knocking out their Golden Go, eliminating their Terra with having more resources that were healthier for the Porygon 2 and Incineroar Mirror. In game 5, not the best lead, but still a great first few turns though. The Golden Go still ended up being a problem. If I had played a bit more aggressively in eliminating the Golden Go because they left it susceptible to Incineroar on one turn, where I chose the Parting Shot and they just went for the Make It Rain, it would have been a very different game. Otherwise, Amoonguss was a bit too tough at times and I needed to position for Vivilion next to Garchomp to Hurricane, and Earthquake Pin was something I needed to try to figure out. In game 6, big crit into the Sylveon, although sleep turns would have still been in effect, but they started crawling back with some aggressive doubles onto the Porygon. Could have played less passively, but the end game still had great odds in my favor with Vivilion. Overall, Vivilion, really incredible Pokemon. If it had a bit better stats, it would actually be insane because all 3 of its abilities are incredible. Shield Dust, absolutely insane. It's a free Covert Cloak. Compound Eyes, more accurate Sleep Powders and Hurricanes is absolutely incredible. Friend Guard, we've seen how well Clefairy has done just having that Friend Guard. You also would have access to not as accurate Sleep Powders, but you still have those options. Tailwind support. There's so much that this bug can do, and because of the lower power dynamic, no Urshifu in the format, which can allow it to actually hang around the field because you have a Focus Sash. It's just a lot better, especially being one of the faster Pokemons out there. The Porygon 2, absolutely incredible. That Terra fighting Terra Blast was super threatening, especially with Kingambit and Arcalon being very popular Pokemon in the format. So absolutely incredible, and the team synergized incredibly well. Vivilion also, next to like any partner, was a really great lead, and I do remember that I was talking to Z, and Vivilion was able to just lead next to anything, and it was a really great lead no matter what. So really strong team. If you do want to try out, the rental code is on the screen, hopefully still available by the time the video does come out. If not, there is a placement of the recreation down below in the description, as well as the creator of the rental down below as well, and you can go check out Z down below in the description as well. But otherwise, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.